What's happening, real estate world? This is Darin Franzen with eXp Realty and Road to Closings, the fresh new brand in the real estate industry. My partner Suzanne and I, we talk every day, but we've been talking the last couple days about our brand, about a slogan, about a motto that we could really adhere to. And, we came up with experience the journey to success. Today is really about why are all of these industry long time high producing agents moving over to eXp. Now, for me personally, it's complete serendipity. It's serendipitous. About 90%. I've known a long time. When I was at Curator, I saw an exodus really over to eXp, and I didn't necessarily know why until I listened to, I think it was Jay on a podcast talking about why and talking about their model. But I really wasn't tuned in like I am now, since I am with eXp. And eXp exponential experience, there's so many eXp at the beginning of so many words that relate to the industry. That's really where their name comes from. If you look at a lot of the other brokerages, it's somebody's first name combined with somebody's last name. But, Suzanne and I have been talking, oh, did you hear about so-and-so moved over to eXp? I was like, oh man, I just saw online, my buddy Randy, there are so many that have moved over there. Why? Number one, ownership. What I have been hearing is this is the closest you can possibly get to owning your own business without having to deal with what a lot of business owners have to do, which is brand building and advertising. Of course, you're going to advertise your own brand, but at a high level, macro, eXp is doing it on their own. We're talking stock, we're talking rev share, we're talking passive income. So it is kind of interesting how a lot of people get into the industry for flexibility and freedom. And what ends up happening when you get busy? You get the phone call at 7 o'clock at night when you're about to have dinner with your family, and that freedom is taken away from you. Now, not to say that taking that call is going to afford you to be able to do the things that you can with your family, the 3-week vacation in Cancun, and have your other teammate handle all your listings, and I get that. But ultimately, I'm going to be in my late 40s very soon, and I'm probably not going to want to take a phone call at 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night or on Sunday or at 7 o'clock in the morning in my mid 60s. So yeah, I got 10, 15 years of grinding and working my tail off, but eventually you want all of that work to pay off for passive income. So you want to build something. So through revenue share and through stock, that's exactly what eXp offers. Number 2 is owning your own brand and growing your own brand. There's a lot of brokerages out there that not only discourage it, they just don't allow it. You are our brokerage brand and that's it. You can have maybe, you can't even deviate from the logo or anything like that. When it comes to your own website and social media and business cards and t-shirts. And so Road to Closings is Suzanne and I's new brand. And we're going to blow that up. And eXp is going to love it. So owning your finances, owning your career, ownership, owning your future is I need that to resonate. Ownership. But brand building underneath the eXp brand is encouraged. Number 3, and I don't really know if I need to number these, we're talking no desk fees, no franchise fees, no royalty fees. Yes, there's a transaction fee that's minimal. Yes, there's splits and there's caps, but let that sink in a little bit. No desk fees, no franchise fees, no royalty fees. That's huge, okay? Moving on, growth through leadership. Everybody wants mentorship. Everybody wants someone that they can look up to that does these numbers and works in a fashion efficiently, maximizes social media, builds a big team, works internationally. They want something that they can aspire to. So I'm here to tell you, in 38 states, eXp has the number 1 or 2 team in 38 states. Period. The numbers don't lie, right? Another cliche. I love cliches. They sold 11 billion in Q1 this year. They're up 78% more numbers. And these are just real, tangible numbers that you can sink your teeth into. More of the why. Now, who is eXp for? Everyone. eXp is for someone that's looking to make a career change, that was a doctor and hates it, that still wants to make $300,000-$400,000 a year. eXp is for the teacher that has just done it for 30 years or 3 years, whatever, and they're looking for a career change. They want to be independent. They want ownership. But if you're looking for a career change, I can tell you that anywhere from like $1 million in sales to some of these bigger teams are doing 500 million in sales, $500 million in real estate sales every year. So that's a huge range, of course. So not everybody wants to take over the world, but when it comes to taking it seriously, having mentorship, somewhere between $1 million and 500 million in sales, eXp is your jam. So again, every facet of real estate. If you want to do luxury, if you want to do commercial, if you want to do new construction, absolutely, we can find you somebody that is dominating in that space and give you mentorship. The next one, this is probably my favorite. You guys know Netflix. Who did they disrupt? The whole industry of Hollywood and blockbuster video and all the independents, the mom and pops. They completely kind of wiped out a whole industry. And rightfully so. The industry was ready for the change. They needed the change. They absolutely were thirsty for the disruptor. That is eXp. Now go ahead and put Netflix in the same boat as Airbnb. Airbnb has done that. Uber and Lyft. Amazon. Now there's some turnover and some sad stories about, crushing the little guy or the mom and pop, but competition is good. That forces people to keep up and really, really step up their game. The next one is just numbers, 80 to 100% commission. I hear a lot of, oh, well, what's the commission split and what's the cap? 16K cap, complete transparency. This is across the country. So it's not if you sell in Beverly Hills or Wichita, it's different. It's not. It's a 16K cap and an 80 to 100% commission for the splits. So, in a lot of markets, that 16K cap happens immediately. Now, a lot of the Darin, what about the brokerage? And this is a lot less and less of what I hear in the industry is like, I need to be able to go into the office and access my broker. Well, what if you worked with one of the major franchises and you had access to every broker? A lot of brokers are great, but if you don't gel with your broker, do you have an option to access all of them through some sort of a network without having an online training and online support? Well, eXp bought a company called Virbela, and it is the future of conference rooms. It is the future of where do I find my training? How do I do onboarding? I need some help with my transaction management tool, my SkySlope. That is Virbela, and it is amazing. It's like you actually get a little avatar and you can go online and it's you and there's Sally and there's Rick and you guys, it is so cool. So think of that kind of leadership. The training and support, they have developed what are called the icon agents. They're typically high producing teams. Right now there's 1,900 of them and there's almost 30,000 agents with eXp. So, been around 10 years, the numbers are staggering. When I'm talking to Kevin, one of my mentors, he tells me, Darin, just a couple years ago, we were at like 10,000 agents. We've tripled. They are way exceeding what they thought, the projections for the agent acquisition. So Icon agents, we're talking about 25 million plus production, and they are all in that mode of mentoring and training and supporting. Okay, so it is absolutely through the roof. Now I know I mentioned Verbella. What about Conversion, Commissions Inc., the Regis office space? You guys have heard of like the WeWork. If you've driven by a office building and you see a WeWork, that's shared workspace. Well, eXp is smart. They're all over the place. I'm here in the Silicon Valley. Suzanne and I are, and there's like 6 of them because it's just rented out space. They get a year lease, and the coffee is there. The conference room is there. So that argument of, hey, Darin, I need a place to be able to take my buyers and sellers to sign the docs. And I need a place to be able to have this professional, high-level conversation. That is Regis, Regus. And it's part of the deal with eXp. And it is professional. And guess what? There's other professionals there that if I'm wearing my eXp t-shirt, oh, Darin, I'm a CPA with so-and-so. I just finished my meeting. Can I talk to you about the market for a second? So deals are being done in these Regis type spaces. So a lot of tools, a lot of tech tools, a lot of a tech stack, if you will, that comes with the eXp agreement and partnership. Now, it's not all online. You cannot do that. So there's eXp Con. There's the Leadership Summit. I'll be going to see Tony Robbins in Dallas in, I don't have the dates in front of me, but I think in 3 months, God willing. Vegas in November, where everybody from eXp that wants that camaraderie, that wants that high five, that wants let's go to dinner, let's talk about what goes on in your market. It's happening at eXp. So don't think that just because it's a cloud-based brokerage, and that's what it is, that's what we're known for, in person is absolutely happening constantly with eXp. I can tell you right now, if the state of the world wasn't what it is right now with Corona, Suzanne and I, that we live 3.5 miles from each other, we would be meeting multiple times a week in person, doing webinars, going out and doing speaking engagements in person, at associations, at real estate schools, and all of that is going to kick back in a couple months, I'm pretty sure, or less. All right, now closing, I will tell you, I wrote down here indie brokerages, independent brokerages are coming over to eXp. When you look at the state of what's going on, everything can be perfect in the office. They're producing. They're bringing on new agents. They have a tech stack. Everything is fine, and they're still looking for a modern change because of the way times are changing, and less agents are going into the office. There just seems to be an obvious move over to more of a cloud-based brokerage. So if you're with an indie brokerage, we need to talk, and you're open to a conversation, I should say. One of the nicest things about eXp, and I'm already getting mentorship, is that we are detached from the outcome. eXp is growing exponentially no matter what. They're expanding no matter what. That we're just having conversations and educating. There is no pitch. It is what it is. It's just data and numbers. The last thing I'll finish with, because I was reading a thread last night in Facebook. I think it was in a real estate mastermind. It's a group that I'm a member of. And it was, hey, I hate to ask this question again, but why eXp? Tell me. The thread was 10 hours new, 10 hours old, and it had over 450 comments. Of course, people are coming in there backing up eXp, but there was a lot of talk about recruiting. Let's not sugarcoat this. Absolutely, there's recruiting. Every other brokerage does it. If you're happy where you're at, you recruit without getting paid to do it. eXp is just going to happen to pay you to do it. So the words I want to put in your head though are membership, sponsor, partner, organization. That's what this is. Don't mix this up with any other weird words that you hear about recruiting. Okay? So again, membership. You're part of a membership. You're part of you guys can see my golf stuff, like, the country club that I hope I'm a member of someday. Membership, partners, sponsor, organization. Doesn't that sound nice? All right, Darin Franzen with the eXp with Road to Closings. Check us out on YouTube, Facebook. Check out our website, www.road2closings.com. eXp, signing out. Give us a call. DM us if you got questions. See ya.